You know that feeling, right? You get a massage or go to physical therapy, and it feels absolutely amazing. But then, a day or two later, that same old ache just creeps right back in. It's such a frustrating cycle. Well, in this explainer, we're going to look at a system designed to break that very cycle by shifting our whole approach from, guesswork to actual data-driven precision.
It's the million-dollar question, isn't it? So many of us have asked this. You put in the time, you spend the money, you get that awesome immediate relief, but the root problem just never seems to go away for good. So what if the issue isn't really the treatment itself, but the information or maybe the lack of information that the treatment is based on?
And this brings us right to what we can call the temporary relief trap. It's that cycle we all know too well, where feeling good for a little while doesn't actually lead to long-term healing. Let's dive into why this happens and what's really going on under the surface when those treatments just don't stick. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's that little nagging voice in the back of your head, that feeling that your body is trying to tell you something important, but nobody's quite figured out how to read the signals yet. You feel stuck, even when you're doing everything you can to get better. Here's the reality. Even the most incredible, most intuitive therapist is working with a limited set of tools. They're basically relying on your description of the pain and what their own hands can feel. And don't get me wrong, that's a fantastic start, but it's really only seeing the tip of the iceberg. The real root causes are almost always hidden way deeper.
Okay, so if the symptoms you feel and what a therapist can touch isn't the whole story, then where do we look? Well, it turns out the answer is often nowhere near the spot that's actually hurting.
And this is such a critical point to understand. Your body is like a big, connected chain. That knot in your shoulder, it might just be the victim in this story, not the actual bad guy. The real culprit could be a tiny imbalance in your hip or an old ankle injury from years ago that's making your whole body compensate, putting the final bit of strain right on that shoulder. See, traditional methods often just treat the symptom because the real cause is something you just can't see or feel.
And these are the invisible culprits we're talking about. Things like postural imbalances that have built up over years of sitting at a desk, slowly pulling your whole body out of whack. Or those compensatory movements your body's so cleverly adopted to work around an old injury, which are now causing brand new problems. And then there are the hidden vulnerabilities, those little glitches in how you move that are just sitting there, waiting for the right kind of stress to turn into a full-blown injury.
So, how in the world do you fight an enemy you can't even see? Well, you find a way to make it visible. And this is where we make the big shift, from a subjective approach based on feeling to a truly objective one that's driven by data. And this comparison just lays it all out perfectly. You've got the old way over here, your symptoms plus a therapist's skilled hands. And on the other side, you've got the SmartCare way, objective, measurable data combined with the powerful brain of artificial intelligence. It's a huge shift from just feeling the problem to actually seeing it with crystal clarity.
Okay, so this all sounds great, but how does it actually work? It might sound really complex, but it actually boils down to a super powerful and honestly pretty straightforward two-step process that creates a unique blueprint for your body.
So first up, a platform called Modi Physio acts like a pair of super objective eyes. It uses all these advanced sensors to capture incredibly precise data on everything, your posture, your balance, even those tiny little micro movements you make during stability tests. Then all that data gets fed into the Thai Sports AI, which is basically the brain of the whole operation. It takes all those raw numbers and connects the dots with your personal injury history and your goals to find those hidden patterns of compensation and vulnerability.
Now, this is where the system gets really powerful. See, a single human specialist always sees a problem through their own specific lens, whether it's physical therapy or massage or sports medicine. But this AI engine, it's been trained on thousands and thousands of data sets from all of those fields. So it's looking at your body's data through all of those lenses at the exact same time. This gives you a complete, multidimensional picture that shows not just where the problem is, but why it's happening in the first place.
And this is a really important point. This technology isn't here to replace anyone. It's about creating this incredibly intelligent blueprint that's handed over to your human therapist before your session even begins. It's about arming their skilled hands with laser-focused precision, turning their powerful intuition into clear, targeted action.
Of course, every single body is different, and every goal is different, so this whole approach has to be personalized. It's definitely not a one-size-fits-all solution. Instead, SmartCare has 3 different levels of care, so you can pick the plan that's just right for you and where you are right now.
So let's quickly walk through these. The Protect plan is your starting point. Think of it as proactive care or preventative maintenance for your body. It uses an AI-powered scan to find those hidden risks before they become painful problems. Now, if you're already dealing with that stubborn, recurring pain, you'll want the Restore plan. It goes much deeper with a full movement assessment to finally uncover that true root cause. And then for you athletes out there or anyone really trying to push their physical limits, the Optimize plan uses sport-specific tests to fine-tune your mechanics and unlock a whole new level of performance.
And this really just sums up the whole philosophy. It doesn't matter if you're trying to prevent a future problem, solve a current one, or just push your body to be its absolute best. The system is designed to meet you exactly where you are and give you the precise insights you need to get where you want to go.
So we'll leave you with this question to chew on. What could you unlock in your own body if your treatment stopped being just a guess? Whether that's finally being free from chronic pain or hitting a new personal best, what amazing potential is just sitting there, waiting for you to discover it once you finally have a clear map to guide the way. Thanks for tuning in.